rushing me. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Bravo 9 control.
Go ahead.
I believe I asked Bravo 6, but would you be able to take a look at active bolos at your earliest convenience? I know which ones can be cleared.
Yeah, I'll take a look right
Like,
now.
not even. Oh boy.
Where is it?
Oh, let's see what's going on. I don't know.
Hey, Nick.
Howdy. Did it run off?
So it went around the corner and it just disappeared. Like,
To Bravo 9 dispatch.
Ah, Jesus.
Can you see
can I talk to you over here by
the
my
most recent bolo was?
Tahoe real quick?
Sure. Pretty quiet.
Tell, yeah, exactly. That's the perfect opportunity for you to tell everybody who's interested, because see my GoPro is running, what the Rangers do.
Well, the Rangers is kind of like the Port Authority down in the city, where we enforce the maritime law and such out on Alamo Sea and on the coastlines. We also deal with animal attacks and hunting, fishing, and whatnot. So, if a citizen of San Andreas is out on the water or in their boat or whatever, fishing, hunting, whatever, we enforce the permit laws, the tag laws, the licensing laws. So, make sure everybody's playing fair out there, making sure they're not hunting too much, and they're leaving some animals out there for the rest of the hunters and fishers. And
So basically that they don't overhunt or overfish.
yeah, we're kind of like that. Everybody lives somewhere different, and it's called something different for most states. So it's either the Department of Natural Resources or the conservation officers or whatever. But here we're the Wildlife Rangers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
So,
what's the equipment that you get to use beside this wonderful F-350?
We use the 2-person and the 4-person dinghy. The 2-person is supervisors and for training. That's Gator 1, and then the 4-person unit is Pike 1, as in the fish. And that can. We normally go 2 officers deep in that, and then leave the 2 open seats for rescue or any arrest we do out on the water. Our department also is the lead for any lost or missing persons in the wilderness here in Blaine County. So we have a whole protocol in effect for if a hiker is lost or injured up in the hills or in the mountains or in valleys or whatever. So we also have bicycles, which we use for
5 Romeo 213, 5 Mary 25,
for
5 Victor 138. Check your
searches
call
up in the hills, where if you want to go out on a bike, we can. The main trail that we go on is actually up here. But that's a pretty nice ride. The nice thing about Wildlife Rangers is that we see things that nobody else sees. Like, there's a lake up here, like a little pond inland that 90% of the department, maybe the community, doesn't even know exists. And there's camping spots up here and stuff, and it's real nice to get out here and cover the areas where you normally don't have people. Like, see, there's 2 campers here that probably doing illegal stuff, but you know, we make sure that we're enforcing the law in areas that normally are overlooked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a really nice area.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hop out and see what those people are up there doing.
5 Victor 138, last call. Paul 105 control.
Paul 105.
Can you copy the new call assignment?
Negative, sorry. Is it on the cat?
Affirmative, sir. It's going to be U.S. Route 68, Mount Vinewood Drive. Stand by for the further 43.
Copy.
3.105. It's going to be Alpha Ida. It's U.S. Route
County
68,
Wildlife Rangers.
and
How's everybody doing today?
Vinewood Drive for a male who's apparently stranded on the side of the road, and he appears to be dancing in the middle of the street.
What you smoking there? Just a cigarette?
Fire did not want to
Alright.
stop and approach.
Well, just want to make sure you guys know that this area is prone to have cougars and other dangerous animals wander through, so make sure that you're secure at night when you're sleeping and such, and behave yourself so we don't want any calls out here.
Let me know when you're ready for 28. I'll send you.
Alright. Well,
Copy.
do you want to go on a bike ride?
East Joshua, no nearest postal.
Did you say bike ride?
Yes.
Sure.
You see this trail here that goes all the way up in the mountains?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's our biking trail.
B9, proceed with your 28.
Oh, nice.
It's up to you. I got 2 bicycles in the back of the truck if you want to go.
365.
Oh, absolutely.
Romeo 213 to control.
Yeah, guys.
Go ahead.
So as you can see, today we are running with Ranger Nick. He is actually the corporal. He pretty much is the commanding officer for the wildlife division within the Blaine County Sheriff's Department.
Be advised, I believe Valley code 0 there, 30158.
And, oh boy. You definitely need to be fit for that job.
50 unit, would you like us to deviate? Or...
Hey, firm. That's my apologies. I thought it left when I code 0.
10-4, clear.
Well then. You definitely have to be fit for this job.
Romeo 213 control.
5 Romeo 213.
10-4.
Oh,
This is
wow.
what I'm talking about. Look at this little pond or whatever you want to call it.
10-4, could you advise any other unit with you?
10-4, I'm active. 10-12, 5 Mary.
It's really nobody except us would ever see this. And it's beautiful. You got the ocean view. You got this nice retention pond here.
Yeah, that is... wow. To be honest, I didn't even know it exists.
Yeah, nobody even knows his paths here 90% of the time, so we really get to see some things that nobody knows exist, and we're lucky to be able to protect this.
But you definitely have to be fit. Seeing how you get how you went up those paths.
Yeah, our training's pretty rigorous. It's about a 2-hour training here in the wilderness, where we make sure everybody knows how to handle their truck, because the F-350 is completely different than any other patrol vehicle that you'll have. It's rugged enough where it can go pretty much anywhere, but it also doesn't handle like your Crown Vic or whatnot would. So
yeah,
we make sure everybody knows how to handle that. Yeah. And then the bikes, hardly any other agencies use the bikes, so we make sure that people are fit enough where they can go all the way around the mountain without collapsing.
Yeah,
we also do rifle training. We all carry a it's the marksman rifle. It's the closest thing we have to a hunting rifle.
Yeah.
Which we use for putting animals down, because believe it or not, most animals are pretty tough, where a pistol may not be powerful enough to kill the animal, where a shotgun isn't as controlled so that you can be hitting other things than just the animal that you're trying to put down. So we carry the high-powered rifle for animals.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
What else do we carry? We carry a flare gun for whenever we have a search and rescue type issue. We can indicate where we are for the med flights and Air 1 and such.
Mm-hmm.
We carry fire extinguishers because, as Smokey the Bear says, only you can prevent wildfires.
Yep.
So whenever we come across campsites where people have left the camp but the fire's still going, we make sure we put those out. We carry gas. I don't know where I'm pulling this from, but I have it. There's lots of times people don't realize how treacherous these roads are and how long they are, and they eventually run out of gas. So instead of worrying about how we're going to get a tow truck into them, we just make sure we fill them up and get them out.
No, it makes sense.
Yep. All right, let's hop back on our bikes, and we're going to head up a little ways, and there's a campsite that we always like to check because there's always some weird activity going on up there, so we'll go check that out.
Okay.
Look at that. Yeah, lots of little ponds and lakes and stuff in here.
You do like your bell, don't you? Yeah, this is something else. Honestly, I never took the time to explore this part of this part of Mount Gordo at all. Like Mount Chiliad, yeah, I've been up and down Mount Chiliad a great many times, but never in a bike either.
Look at this view.
11 going to be US route 68 northbound with a gray 4
Wow.
sedan. 1028 will be out.
Yep, you can see pretty much everything in Blaine County. You can even see Toledo Bay off to your right through the mountain.
You can see for miles and miles. So, are you in general warning people that there's mountain lions down there coming up when they are hiking here, or are we just ignoring that?
Yeah, we normally we're always trying to make sure people understand the dangers that are out here, because even like that last call that we had where there's a boar. Boars can be very territorial and aggressive when they have food and stuff, where now they're moving into cities to start eating out of trash cans, and when people approach them, they can either run or they can put up a fight. So we're making sure that people both here in the wilderness areas and the people down in the townships are aware of the threats that are currently out here. So we have not many dangerous animals, but we have enough where people need to know what to do when they're out here.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, if you are hiking this far up, then you would think it's not a normal city slicker anyway, or you would hope.
Exactly. This is a high level type thing where you have to be a good outdoorsman or hiker to make it this far without getting injured and such. Like just coming up some of those those turns as we were on the bike. We've had even officers on bikes go down the side of the mountain because they've taken a turn too fast and stuff. So we really emphasize the safety. So if it's not animals, it's the terrain that you're on and knowing what to do in an emergency. So say a storm rolled in, you have to know where to go during that. So we're going to start doing campaigns, monthly campaigns on different issues that people are facing out here. So like wildfires for 1 month and mountain lion attacks in another month, and make sure people are well informed. Because I would hate to see anybody get hurt. The other day we had somebody that was out hiking and they got dehydrated. It was over on the mountain over by the Humane Labs, Sanchiansky. Yeah, they were out there hiking. They got dehydrated and they collapsed, and the wife reported them missing. So it actually was an excellent search effort where we had 4 rangers on scene. We had PD's Port Authority go in their bird because it was close enough to their jurisdiction. So they spun up and they helped us, and we eventually located the guy near the ocean laying down. So we transported him by boat to the lighthouse, which is the way we came from, and we got them loaded up and took them Sandy Shores, and he survived. So that's another thing, making sure that people know where you're at, just like outside of San Andreas. If you go hunting or hiking or whatever, you always want to make sure friends or family know, hey, I'm going to be out for a few hours or until 8 o'clock. If you don't hear from me by this time, you should let somebody know.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's what he did, and it saved his life.
Good practice.
But let's see. The hiking or the camping area I was talking about is right over this hill, so we'll go check on them, and then we'll get back to the truck and maybe take a boat out or something.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Bravo 174.
174, go.
Bravo 174, can you run me a 1027, 1029, and a first of John, last of Samuel, common spelling?
10-4, stand by.
Speed bias Alpha Island.
10-4, control 174. Control 2174.
2 Bravo 174, go ahead.
2 Bravo 174, that comes back all clear. Nothing. Previous stop for drink truck.
10-4, thank you.
This is fun. This is really fun, guys. I have to say. This is not so much fun. Hopefully nobody's seen that. Not on my screen.
All right.
I think I'm in love with you.
Yeah, so this is a major camping area for people, and sometimes there's some suspicious stuff, but
2 Bravo 174, go.
they seem to be all right, and these people are very good with their fire safety. They put their fire on a rock so that it's not near a bunch of dead grass and stuff. How's it going? Wildlife Ranger Nick and Ranger Alex with the Blaine County Wildlife Rangers. Everything going all right out here? Yeah? Okay. Well, be sure that you're watching your surroundings and you're looking out for animals. Plus, put that fire out if you guys aren't going to be around it. I don't want a wildfire be starting when you guys aren't looking at it. All right. Let's check on these guys.
Bring them titties over here, sweetheart.
Okay then.
What are you guys doing? Whatever, okay. What's all this wood for? And these boxes of dead fish. You guys building something out here? Weird.
Yeah, it can't be safe.
I don't know, it's kinda weird. And these, there's lots of flies.
Yeah, exactly.
You have fun sleeping in that.
Gee.
Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, there's always different people out here camping, so we always make sure they're not eaten by some mountain lions or whatever.
Yeah.
Fun fact, have you seen the, all the birds that are around here?
Yeah.
Did you know it's illegal to kill most of them, even with a hunting permit?
No, I did not know that.
Yep, the only birds you're allowed to hunt in the state of San Andreas are the pigeons and the crows. The hawks and the comrades, or whatever they're called, those are illegal to kill.
I had no idea.
Yeah. And that's just one of the part of the class to become a ranger is a good portion of it actually is going over all the laws related to the wilderness, because wilderness laws such as hunting and fishing can only be enforced by a ranger. No other officer has the authority to do such. And secondly, they're not common. Like, you've been a law enforcement officer probably longer than I have, and you haven't heard of that law about.
No. Well,
hunting,
yeah, but
so.
you kind of, I guess, in a way, you almost have blinders on what doesn't pertain to your area of expertise. You don't really know, and this is really something wildlife. Yeah, it was never something I even considered. So that's interesting. I'm definitely gonna look into those laws though when we are back. You probably can point me in the right direction.
Yep, and we have laws in place for the number of animals you can kill, even if it's legal. So there's a
I know
there's
just
a tag
from
limit and there's a daily limit too.
Exactly. With deer, you can only hunt what your tag allows, right?
Yep. So we're unless it's a life-threatening emergency as the reason you put down the animal, we're pretty strict with those laws, just because we don't want somebody, like I said on the way here, we don't want people over hunting and or hunting for animals they're not allowed to. So, and there's some pretty steep fines too. I think it's like an $800 ticket for hunting without a license in the state of San Andreas.
2 Bravo 174, 1041, 1042, 107. Thanks for dispatching.
10-4, have a good night, sir.
Yeah, it's I believe it. I mean, if you overhunt, then yeah, cause nothing but problems.